Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is CDUB Studio bringing you another deck for Magic the Gathering. This time a Brawl deck. Just figured I'd do something different and switch it up for you guys. So this deck is pretty much just a hodgepodge of planeswalkers and really expensive creatures. And kind of the goal of the deck is to try to slam down the backside of Esca, God of the Tree, the Prismatic Bridge side, as the legendary enchantment. And basically what this allows you to do is at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So basically, get this card out as soon as possible and be able to start getting free planeswalkers and free really big, awesome, powerful creatures onto the battlefield and just overwhelm the opponent before they can respond to it. So cards that we have in the deck to assist us with that, we have Bloodchief's Thirst, being able to destroy a target creature or planeswalker. Disenchant, being able to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Faithful Absence, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Thoroughbrand Exorcism, exile target spirit creature with disturb or enchantment. Infernal Grasp, destroy target creature, lose 2 life. Power Word Killed, destroy target non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon creature. Cinderclasm, deals 1 damage to each creature. If kicked, deals 2 damage to each creature instead. Really good for pesky little weenie decks. Dragon's Fire, deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. And if we reveal a dragon card, we can then deal damage equal to the power of that creature instead. And we have a few dragon cards in the deck. Arcane Signet, add 1 mana of any color to our identity. So basically being able to pick and choose what color we want to use this for. For 2 mana, it's a great card to have in this deck. Meat Hook Massacre. When it enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until end of turn. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. And whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, we gain a life. So being able to help us gain life, possibly clear out the board, and even maybe get rid of some pesky creatures that are indestructible. Giving them -X can still kill them this way. Hero's Downfall, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Path of Peril. This is really good for getting small creatures off the battlefield early for 3 mana, and then we can cleave it for 6 mana and destroy all creatures. Demon Bolt, this is a good card to have. We can foretell it, and we can deal 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker. Honored Heirloom, being able to play this and get 1 mana of any color. Letter of Acceptance, same thing. Replicating Ring, same principle, with the only caveat that if we have 8 or more counters on it, we can remove them and create 8 colorless snow artifact rings that give us 1 mana for any color. So pretty awesome card if we can hit that. Skyclave Relic, being able to get 1 mana of any color that we want. It's indestructible, and if we pay the kicker cost, so if we pay 6 total, then we get 2 additional tapped copies of this, so for a total of 3 additional lands. And then the Celestis, we can add 1 mana of any color, and then we can also gain 1 life, and we can draw a card and discard a card. So if there's something in our hand we don't need, we can discard it like a land and draw something hopefully more useful. Binding of the Old Gods, being able to play against other people that are playing the Prismatic Bridge. This is a really great card, being able to destroy their Prismatic Bridge. Same thing with the Disenchant and Exorcism, being able to remove them. Reconstruct history, being able to return a target artifact card, an enchantment card, an instant card, and a sorcery card, and a planeswalker card from our graveyard to our hand. So really great for either early game or late game, being able to get some spells back into our hands that we cast already or that got countered or killed or whatever, and being able to play them again for 4 mana to be able to do that is pretty amazing. Definitely caught some opponents off guard with this card. Doomscard being able to wipe the board, and we can foretell it. We have Loathe in here, being able to create 2/1 spiders with her -3 ability with Menace and Reach, and then also still being able to continue to draw a card for her 0 ability. Then we have Burn Down the House. We can deal 5 damage to each creature in Planeswalker, or create 3/1/1 devil creatures with whenever this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target, and they have haste until end of turn. That's pretty great. We have Goldspan Dragon. Whenever it attacks or becomes a target of spell, create a treasure token. It's got flying and haste. It's only 5 mana to cost, and it's a 4/4, so it's a really great card to have. And then if any other creatures that we have on the battlefield are able to create tokens, this essentially adds an additional mana to each one of those treasure tokens. Renin 7 being able to help us get lands, and then being able to create for -3 ability, being able to create a tree folk that has the power and toughness of number of lands that we control. And then we also have the ability to -8, and then we can return cards from our graveyard to our hand, and we get an emblem that we have no maximum hand size. This is pretty great ability. And then Kaya, probably one of the best cards in the entire deck. Being able to use her plus ability to be able to essentially keep your creatures safe. But what it does is, whenever the creature dies or is put in exile, we can put that creature card back into our hand. We create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying, and then we can also -3 to exile non-land permanent, which is great for if we're playing against somebody else that has the Prismatic Bridge. We can -3 to get rid of it, or if they have a big creature on the battlefield, we can do that. Obviously, we would love to -7. Her ultimate, being able to cast legendary spells from your hand or your graveyard or in exile without paying a mana cost and put them on the battlefield is amazing. Probably the best ability in this entire deck. Mordecai being able to draw cards with the +2 ability, and then being able to -2 to create a dog with the power and toughness that are equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. So that's pretty great to have. Then we have Professor Onyx being able to have Magecraft, and whenever we cast a instant or sorcery spell, your opponent loses 2 life and we gain 2 life. Her +1 ability, we lose 1 life, we look at the top 3 cards of our library, put 1 of them into our hand and the rest into our graveyard. So being able to search for a card that we're trying to look for is great. -3 ability, being able to force your opponent to sacrifice a creature with the greatest power among creatures that we control. And then the -8, her ultimate, being able to make each opponent discard a card, and if they don't, they lose 3 life, and we repeat that process for an additional 6 more times. So being able to just close out a game by ultimating her. Vorinclex, great. Trample, haste, prevents the opponent from putting counters on saga cards or creatures or anything of that. And then also being able to double the amount of counters that we're getting. So things like Replicating Ring, any sort of planeswalkers that come out, being able to ultimate them right away. This card is amazing. And then also having haste and trample, being able to get in for 6 damage, turn 1's pretty great. Alrund's Epiphany, being able to foretell this, and then being able to create 2 1/1 birds that can be used for blockers, and then we can take an extra turn. Hullbreaker Horror, flash, so we can cast this during the opponent's end step, and then whenever we do cast a spell, we can return target spell we don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So a spell or a creature or an enchantment or whatever they have on the battlefield, get it back to their hand and kind of disrupt what they're doing. Toxrill, the corrosive, the beginning of each step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. And if we have Vorinclex out, remember, we get double. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with the slime counter on it dies, we create a 1/1 black slug creature token, and we can pay a blue and black mana to sacrifice a slug to draw a card. So if this card's going to get killed, we can pay 2 mana and we can still draw a card. So that's a good ability to have. Old Gnawbone Dragon. Whenever a creature deals damage to a player, create that many treasure tokens. So if we have another creature out there, we play this, we can get a bunch of tokens that we can utilize to play other creatures. And then we have the Witherbloom flying. At the beginning of each upkeep, we create a 1/1 black-green pest creature token with whenever this creature dies, we gain 1 life. And we can also pay 10 life to untap all of our lands we control. And we can only activate it once per turn, but we could essentially play this and then play another 7 casting cost creature right behind it for 10 life. And maybe be able to help close out a game. So pretty great card to have. And then we have Coma, the Cosmos Serpent. Can't be countered. In the beginning of each upkeep, we create a 3/3 serpent named Coma's Coil. We can sacrifice a serpent to tap target permanent. So creature that they have, we could tap that, prevent them from being able to block. Or we can sacrifice a serpent to gain indestructible for end of turn until end of turn. So if they play a board wipe, we can still have Coma on the battlefield. And then we just have a bunch of dual lands in the deck to be able to try to hit our 5 colors that we need to be able to cast the Prismatic Bridge. So we have white, blue, black, red, and green to be able to cast this. That's why we have so many of these artifacts in our deck as well. Being able to utilize these for mana that we may not get on the draw or on the play. And then we just have a bunch of random like I said, dual purpose lands or lands that give us a color of any color. So that's pretty much the deck, guys. Really fun to play. I'm going to jump in and show you a little bit about how this deck functions. You're welcome to look down in the description below. There is links for this deck, as well as pretty much anything to do with the cards that I have selected for this deck. You can look at the links down below for that, and also be able to copy it and put it into your Magic the Gathering arena, and be able to just create the deck so that you don't have to look at these cards and try to put them together yourself. It's already ready for you down in the description. So without further ado, we can jump in. Wanted to just quickly go over. There are only 24 lands in this deck. Just something to keep in mind. Alright guys, I will see you in the Brawl Arena. Alright, this looks good. I think we can roll with this. Play that first because it's our tap lane. Nice. Check for traps. No, don't take the letter of acceptance. No. Alright, well, we're gonna foretell Demon Bolt. End of turn. We should have played the Overgrown Farmland for this, but if he gets the Prismatic Bridge down, we're just gonna take it out right here. There we go. Make him put it back to his hand. Now he's got to pay 7 to play it again. End our turn. And he plays it again. Need one more land. That'll do it.
Just gotta hunt.
I exile it again.
How hard? Too easy.
Now it'll be 9 for him to play it again. My guess is he's gonna swing in with his creature land on Kaya and get rid of her.
Well, this wasn't what I signed up for.
Alright, we're gonna try playing the Prismatic Bridge. Hopefully it sticks. At Binding of the Old Gods if he does get Prismatic Bridge out again. We'll do that to ours. And take action. Take 2 here. I think we foretell Allrun's Epiphany and pass our turn. We're just not hitting the lands like we need to. Could have played Binding of the Old Gods on their binding, but I think it's a better play to put it on their Prismatic Bridge. Alright, just tapping out. Take 2. We'll play Binding. End our turn. Okay, he's gonna power his Den of Bugbear up. We're gonna kill it. Down a land. Down to 12. Do not have any horse cards. Play all runs. So that we have some blockers. Maybe we can hit another land. Not hit another land. Alright, so let's play Mordecai. Got a plus here.
The multiverse must always remain in balance. You cannot comprehend the damage. The entire multiverse is my library.
I think we can get rid of you can get rid of Cinderclasm at this point. No attacks. Put it down to 3 cards. Alright, Baird class. Leveling it up. Perfectly fine with blocking these, trading. Alright, so I think we try to put the Prismatic Bridge down, see if it sticks. Hopefully it does. Oh, he had his own Kaya. Okay.
There's no job too tough for me to.
So obviously he's going to exile that. We'll put it back to
When I
our
say
hand.
go, you go.
We'll play Vorinclex, get that down. Kill the Kaya.
That's it. I quit.
End our turn. No more counters on Replicating Ring. As long as Vorinclex stays out. One more land to be able to play the bridge. He gets his out. What do we want to do here? I think we go Ren.
I will protect Innistrad. Nature arms us to defend its forests.
Swing in for 6. End our turn. Got enough mana to just play Hero's Downfall and kill it. So get to keep our Ren. Oh, tough calls here. I think plus here.
Power grows with tender.
Hopefully we can get Kaya down. We can instantly -7 on that.
This should be a nice break from
Play
I do what it
Binding of the
takes
Old
to finish
Gods.
the job.
There, Prismatic Bridge. We don't have any lands. We can swing in for 6. And our turn. Doesn't do anything because of Vorinclex, so you can't put counters on that. He's got 2 cards in his hand. I wonder what he has. Okay. Path to Festival. Grab the land. Path to Festival again. Okay, we get to bring something back. I think we'll play Old Gnawbone. But what's great about Old Gnawbone is anytime we're dealing damage, we get to bring
Don't
something.
worry.
We basically
you.
get tokens, and with Goldspan Dragon out, we get even more tokens. So you guys will see here when we
They
swing in.
prepare for war.
We're gonna get a ton of tokens. We're gonna be able to play out essentially our entire hand. Get 11. And we'll end our turn. So even if he wipes the board here, we can put back a creature on the battlefield with haste that can smack in. So, unless he has a way to disrupt that. Okay, that's fine. This should be game. It's just gonna come right back to my hand. Alright, so that's game. It was a good game. A lot of back and forth. He definitely had the mana advantage at first, but we were able to come back and win. I mean, we have 3 lands. There's just nothing else that we can really do, so I think we're going to take a mulligan. I think this is better. Play tab land. We don't have any reason not to right now. There's nothing we can play for that mana. Play that on black, so that we have a black source. Okay, we're definitely going to kill that. Righteous Valkyrie. Extremely overpowered. We're going to play Replicating Ring. Gets us to 4. Next turn we can play the Prismatic Bridge. Get bridge down. Hopefully it survives. Just gotta make it 1 turn, really. Kill his Hengegate. You make a 1/1 black and green pest. Guess is he's probably not going to attack in.
Under my tutelage, even you can master death.
Go plus here.
Let's go digging.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that. Do it for 3. Music Massacre for 3 gets rid of the board. Back in for 1. Okay. Take action. There's Boring Quest down. And close. Blood Chief's Thirst.
Come on, there's gotta be something useful.
And do that. Get rid of his creature. Gain some life. Smack in for 10. End our turn. Make another 1/1 pest. That's fine, we can still ult next turn. And he knew the writing on the wall, so he scooped. So, good game. I think we'll take our chances. We have 3 lands and 2 instant speed removals. Path to Festival. And get out replicating ring. Hopefully he oh, he didn't have it. Okay, I was thinking he was gonna play Prismatic Bridge and we were gonna Binding in the Old Gods, but he didn't have it. So. I think we get our bridge down first. See if he follows, or if he has a response to our bridge. Is he digging for a response? It looks that way.
That's Professor on
Alright,
it.
we're gonna plus. We will take that.
I never thought I'd miss the library.
We'll play our Skyclave Relic. I am perfectly fine if he wants to counter that. That's fine with me. He gets his bridge out, and we have an answer. And there's a scoop, ladies and gentlemen.